going on, Jerome's? So the crooked Chicago Bears and the slow Seattle Seahawks maybe put professional football back about 50 years. That debacle on Thursday night was just ridiculous. Seattle had no... First off, I thought this might be a scoregami at 6-3 because, I mean, how many times before have teams been this pathetic where not a single team gets into the end zone? But apparently it's happened 34 times before. I don't know. But the Bears, yeah. I mean, Caleb is not the problem. Coaching is the problem. Thomas Brown is just as bad as Matt Eberflus at managing a game. It's just, you knew that they were going to screw things up, right? And Bears fans chant and sell the team. Nothing's going to change until the McCaskies sell the team, and that's the bottom line. They need new ownership. They need a owner who's not afraid to spend on this team. They need a new GM. They need an offensive-minded head coach. I know that their hearts are set on Ben Johnson, except why would Ben Johnson ever want to coach for the McCaskies? It's not a place where you can succeed, even with Caleb Williams, right? So the Bears are down bad. Yeah, and hey, remember, it's just hey, Ron Poles, his ass is going to get fired, by the way. We're going to take the NFC North and never give it back. Oh, really? Oh, really? And Seattle, I love me some Geno, but, you know, tag and trade, first and a second, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We'll go from there. Also going from there is our annual holiday fundraiser. So you guys absolutely crushed it. We ended up at $67.51. So absolutely getting it done. Big shout outs to our major donors who donated directly to Toys for Tots and Salvation Army. Brad Onken, $500. Josh Daly, $500. Jake Nelson, $1,000. Charlie Clipper, $400. A big time anonymous donation for $800 as well. And I love that we can come together as a community, paying it forward this time of year. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So thank you everyone who contributed. It's amazing. It's amazing what we can do together as we celebrate our silly-ass football team that's going to win a Super Bowl, by the way. Got a couple jelly beans. 40-1. No big deal. But the Minnesota Vikings are actually dogs at home. Imagine being 13-2 and being a home underdog, right? So it opened at Vikings +2, which is kind of insane. It's been bet down at various points, so you can find Vikings +1, Vikings -1.5 over at MGM. There are Pick'em at Caesars, ESPN Bet, which I have an issue with ESPN having their own sports book, but they're -1. They're getting 1.5 at FanDuel. So I mean, it's a near-run thing, but it just speaks to the disrespect, right? So you got the number 2 scoring defense in the league. Got Darnold playing top 5 quarterback ball. Jefferson is doing Jefferson things, and this offense can be super dangerous. And you're at home, and you're a dog. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I mean the Packers really showed the Saints what was up on Monday night. Please, child, please get the hell out of here, right? And Jefferson perfectly encapsulates this. Jeff Wald, Fox 9. Justin Jefferson out 32. Vikings facing the allegedly 11-4 Packers on Sunday. This year is definitely crazy to see the talent we have on our side of the division. On our side of the division. So the Bears are on the other side. That's what happens, man. Everybody knows we hate them, and they hate us. Perfectly fine with this. They hate us because they ain't us. All right. And also Packer fans. We've been over this. So it really bugged me week 1 when half or more of US Bank Stadium was 49er red, or week 2, I guess, the home opener. And you'd think that this phenomenal season, I understand that there's a lot of Packers fans embedded here in the Twin Cities because they move here because there's jobs and culture, right? And it really sucks when it's almost divided. Almost 50-50 Vikings-Packers fans at a Vikings home game. Yeah, but Kevin Seifert, who's not Carl Gershman, per Vivid Seats ticket data, Sunday's crowd at US Bank Stadium is projected to be comprised of 23% Packers fans for the massive Green Bay-Minnesota matchup. If you got season tickets, which most of US Bank Stadium is, hopefully you didn't sell. And besides, if you're buying season tickets for this team and it's not a investment where you just sell off the tickets and then pocket the difference every year, I mean, this is the game. This is the biggest regular season game of the year thus far, right? Well, and also the last regular season game, but you just wait till the playoffs. Guess what? If and when the Vikings win this game to beat the Lions' ass, 2 games will be at US Bank Stadium in the playoffs. NFC runs through USB. Yeah, but hopefully Vikings fans were loud and proud. Hopefully Packers fans just find their way to the exits like in late third quarter. Take care of things. Wow. Also taking care of things is the Vikings injury report. So they had a walkthrough simulated practice on Wednesday, Thursday, back at full clip, and a lot of players are back in full. So Fabian Moreau, the veteran, DNP'd with that hip. Maybe it's time we finally see some Dwight Newton-McLaughlin. Who knows, man? But Harrison Smith, huge, went from DNP, estimated on Wednesday, full participant on Thursday with that foot issue. He missed last week's game. Be huge to have Deuce back. He gets up for Packers week. That's great. Jalen Redmond, cleared concussion protocol, full practice on Thursday. Great to have his interior pass rush back. Blake Cashman outside. How about that? CJ Ham, PJ2, Ivan Pace Jr. full. It's important to note that Pace Jr. returned in full, and we'll see how he progresses on Friday, and we'll see if he's elevated to the 21 to the 53-man rooster. He's currently in his 21-day practice window. And also, Pace talked to the media, said something interesting. Vikes fan page. Ivan Pace Jr. said doctors gave him a choice if he wanted to return this year from his hamstring injury or sit out the rest of the year for a longer recovery. Pace opted to return and is expected to come back at the right time for Minnesota. So it's sort of interesting because Pace's hamstring injury wasn't the normal hamstring, like pull type injury, but it does raise some eyebrows where it's just like, also, what kind of doctors just give him the choice, like, hey, you can come back now or you can just like sit out forever the rest of the year. That does make you raise an eyebrow a little bit, but the Vikings, they're very smart and they're not going to return him to the field until he's 100%. So, but it's interesting that it'd be like, okay, you can return now or just be done. But hopefully Zero is a major part of the Vikings pass rush as well as run defense. So it's good to have him back. Also, another injured player. So Jair Alexander, Duckin, Jefferson, and Jordan Addison. Rob Demoski, Packers beat writer. Packers coach Matt LaFleur, when asked if Jair Alexander has a better chance to play this week, I'd say probably not. Now, this could be a little bit of gamesmanship because Jair was limited in practice on Thursday, but he's been missing a fistful of games, but he's been a full participant in practice at times. So this might just be a bow god. That's Jair Alexander's music. I don't care. Whether he's there, whether he's not, the Vikings going to put up yardage and put up points, and it's going to be great. Also, speaking of points, so CBS Sports put this out. Point differential. Point differential is suddenly a thing, and not just 2022. For teams with 15-plus games in a season. So for the Vikings, back in 98, back in the day, they had a plus 260 point differential back when they're just completely destroying fools all over the place. The second highest point differential for a 15-plus win team in NFL history outside of the 07 Patriots. It's weird that the top two didn't win a ring. Got the 85 Bears, 84 49ers, two dominant teams. The 84 49ers beat the Miami Dolphins, and Dan Marino was in year 2. And everyone was like, it's okay. I mean, the Niners are just the team in the 80s. Dan Marino will have so many more chances to win a Super Bowl. Packers, good. Screw you guys. They lost. The Panthers lost. The 04 Steelers lost. And then the 97, the 2004 Chiefs had a plus 97 because they're not great. But the Vikings right now, 13-2, going to be 15-2, have a plus 120 point differential, and beep bop up boop. When they win these next 2 games, they're going to add to that. So should be good to go there. Also good to go, the defense is back. It seemed like for a while the defense sort of vacillated. They gave up some points, gave up some yards. It was a little bit rough. The Vikings defense has quietly returned to being the number 2 scoring D in the NFL, 276 points allowed, only 2 behind the Chargers at number 1. Now the Chargers play at New England this week, so they'll probably stay 1 because they might shut out the Patriots. But the Vikings might shut out the Packers too. Hey, Vikings shut out the Packers, then the Patriots kick a field goal, and we're back to number 1, baby. Coming for that number 1 spot. That's right. Speaking of number one in the hots is Justin friggin' Jefferson. He put this great tweet out about the fans. Not going to lie, for kids to want and receive my jersey as a Christmas gift, and seeing how excited they are to get it is one of the best feelings as a professional athlete. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. And Jefferson's 1/8 is a very high selling jersey, and of course, all the kid Vikings fans, they want to be Justin Jefferson, right? And then they do the gritty at any opportunity, and it's fantastic to see. And sort of like when I was a kid, everyone wanted the Randy Moss, the Chris Carter jerseys. They wanted the star. They want to be the star, and JJ is him right now. Absolutely love him, man. Vikings did a minor transaction on the practice squad. They signed defensive lineman Jonathan Harris, and they released Kelvin Joseph, who was brought on the practice squad a couple weeks ago. Harris is 28 years young, 6'5", 295, former UDFA out of Linwood. Yeah, bounced around from the Bears, Broncos, Dolphins, Panthers, and now with the Vikings. He has 81 career tackles, 1 career sack, bit more of a 5-tech. So going to be out there at defensive end in an odd front, absorbing bodies, stopping the run, all that stuff. But, Vikings and Kwesi continue to churn and burn the rooster, trying to get better at every single spot and go from there. Lastly, so speaking of improving the rooster, Teddy Bridgewater, who high school state football champion at his alma mater, Northwestern, he is back again. Comeback high school state champion, winning coach, and NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater is coming out of retirement as expected to sign with the Lions. Sources tell the Insider. Bridgewater appeared on NFL Network and revealed his plans to play again back to Detroit. Now, Teddy was back up in the Lions with the Lions last year. He wore number 50, which I feel like he should have kept. That was pretty strong. But, everything is scripted, and everything is lining up for the Vikings and the Lions to get it on NFC title game at US Bank Stadium. The 5-seed wild card Lions running through, and then Jared Goff throws 17,000 interceptions, but the Lions still win their divisional round game because Jared Goff is the most irrelevant quarterback in the league. And all of a sudden, Teddy Bridgewater, by God, that's Teddy's music, as he returns to US Bank Stadium. And then we sack Teddy 12 times, and he throws 4 picks, and the Vikings blow out the Lions by 50 and then go on to win the Super Bowl over the Bills. That's what's going to happen. Miss Scusi, right? But happy for Teddy. I mean, it's amazing that he's even able to be in the league after that horrific knee injury, and the fact that he's been a really solid and sought-out backup quarterback for a long time, and that stretch where he had to start for the Saints looked really damn good. Respect to Teddy, right? Also, he is now the best coach on the Lions, the most competent one at least. So there you go. Anyways, that is it. That's it. Vikings Friday news dump. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.